welcome back to AviGaming. Today we're going to be doing the very first podcast that I've ever done, and I'm super excited / nervous. And with me I have Johnny, and he's going to tell you guys a little bit about himself.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Johnny. I am a YouTube vlogger. I do go on tour, and I'm also a musician, and I'm here to talk about gaming.
So, he's super nervous, and I'm a little nervous myself because we've never done this before, and I don't know how this is going to go. But this is actually called The Grind. I've named it The Grind because it's kind of like MMOE gaming-related stuff, and I just like it. So that's what this is going to be called. So we're going to get right into it. The first thing that I really want to discuss is that Telltale announced that the Wolf Among Us Episode 2 comes out first week of February, and I'm super excited about that because, as you guys know, it's one of my favorite games right now. Telltale also announced that they're going to be doing, along with The Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us, they're going to be doing Game of Thrones and Borderlands. So I'm not sure what to expect with the Borderlands. Not a huge Borderlands person. I don't know if Johnny, if you ever played Borderlands ever.
I played like a small demo. I like the first-person shooter about it. But as far as storyline, that's something I kind of skip just to get to the gameplay.
See, the thing I noticed about Borderlands is I thought it was going to be more RPG, so more story heavy, and it really wasn't. So that's one of the things that put me off about it. But it's Telltale, so I really might want to play this one in the future. And I'm guessing they're all going to be episodic, like everything else they do. So, But the Game of Thrones, oh my god. I love Game of Thrones. I don't know if you watch it, but I have like the box sets, and it's one of my favorite shows, so.
Okay, one thing about that, all my friends tell me to watch it. I never watched it. My friends also tell me to read the books. I haven't read the books. So I'm not quite like what you should to expect from Game of Thrones at all.
You don't know what to expect?
For the video game. From the game.
Oh, okay. Well, you really should watch the show. Or read the book, or do both, whatever you prefer. But the game, I don't know what to expect either. Because, you know, it's everything they've done so far, it's been good. But you're taking something that a lot of people love, but I guess a lot of people loved The Walking Dead and it did good. But I just feel like when you take something that there's a huge fan base for and you turn it into something else, you are walking a very thin line with them. Like, you've messed something up, you're in trouble. So I'm excited to see how that comes across. But is there anything else you want to talk about for that? Or are we good on that subject?
Oh no, it always looked interesting because it was like, I saw commercials for it, and it's like a medieval like kind of thing going on, and that's like the kind of stuff I'm into. So I always thought about checking it out. I just never got around to it.
I would really recommend it. I believe that season 4 of Game of Thrones starts in April, so there's that as well. Even though it's not really game related, it's worth noting.
I have a lot of catching up to do then.
Yeah, definitely do. But luckily they have box sets. Kind of pricey, but worth it. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was the game Thief that's coming out. I don't know what system's coming out. I know it's coming out for the Xbox One and it's coming out for PC, so I'm just going to assume it's coming out for the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I think it's all platforms. Actually, I'm really excited for this game because it's actually based off my Skyrim character.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you played kind of like a archer type.
Yeah.
Well, rogue type. But I think
and I was a Thieves Guild Master too. So, and like it's wearing the same armor, and it kind of reminds me of the setting of like Solitude and Windhelm, I think. Yeah, not Windhelm, Solitude. And it's just like futuristic in a way with neon lights.
I played in Skyrim. I was a big fan of playing like heavy armor, you know, dual wielding 2 swords and just freaking slicing people to death. That's what I played. So what race did you play?
Wood Elf.
Oh, okay. I played Imperial, but the funny part was that I actually didn't go with the Imperial side in Skyrim. I actually helped the other side, so I was kind of like a traitor, I guess. So it was really fun.
Yeah, but that's one thing about Thief I really like. It's just like kind of reminds me of Skyrim, and that's all I pretty much did, like just free roaming, stealing from people.
So you're kind of an asshole, more or less.
Pretty much, and long distance archery. Yeah, I am.
So yeah, I think Thief looks really good. It's right up my alley, the type of thing that I really like. I think that it's actually a remake from a super old game back in like olden days of, you know, cartridge games. I don't remember what system it was for, but I think it's actually like a really old game that they're just remaking. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's definitely something I'm gonna go pick up myself.
I do see that it's on Steam currently for like $40 or something. You can like pre-order it. It comes out sometime in February. I think like the 20-ish areas.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm getting the hell out of that for the Xbox One, and you guys might see a special a night playing series from me on that one. So that might happen. But yeah, I was actually talking about Xbox One games. Made me think about the whole fact that I read an article
Hmm.
where it said that the 6 best Xbox One games right now is like this list, and I was expecting to see, you know, like some of the bigger titles, but on there I saw Power Star Golf. Never heard of it. And I was just like, you know, if you're listing this as your next gen best games that you
A
guys
golf
have,
game.
yeah, an arcade golf game, like it's not even a real game. It's a golf. It's just like arcade golf game that's like super cartoony. I looked at it, and I was just like, really, you guys
Are they
like.
aiming towards kids or something, or
I don't
I
think
don't know.
so. I just think they have shit right now to offer people, and I was laughing at that one. I didn't
I don't
look.
know. I feel like I gotta get an Xbox One now just for that game.
Ugh. Oh, like right now I have Just Dance. I just bought that one, so cause why not? I
Hmm.
have Dead Rising 3 and I have Rise. Those are the only Xbox One games I have because those are the only ones that interest me at all. So Thief is gonna be a huge deal to me because it's like a finally getting a game I'm really pumped for. And I don't know, I'm let down by the launch games, but I guess that's with most launches. The games are usually shit, and the PlayStation 4 wasn't much better. But ugh,
I
just
don't know. It was like pretty standard. Like anything that comes out with a new system, like there's a racing game, Forza, then there's a football game, Madden, and then any first-person shooter. Of course, Call of Duty came out with it, and that's all they could really come out with release titles. Just those top genres, I guess. But
yeah. I was just hoping for maybe some form of RPG. I know it's asking a lot, but that's what I was really wanting there. But I mean, you know, it is the launch. So I'm gonna give them a little bit of a break. Like I said, Thief's coming out, and a bunch of other cool titles are coming out this year, which I'll probably be able to talk about later as they get closer. I just want to talk about what's coming out soon, like relevant topics.
hmm.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It should be exciting. But I don't know, man. I just feel like a lot of people say is because I have an Xbox One. They ask me, you know, is the Xbox One worth the buy? Is it something that I should go out and get now, or should I wait until the price drop? And
That's what I'm wondering.
yeah, I got day one. I didn't wait. I'm
Oh,
impatient.
you're
So
cool.
I'm one of those fancy people with the day one on the controller. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I haven't had any problems with my Xbox. You know, it's fine, it's working, whatever. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, they're gonna malfunction, it's gonna explode, my whole house is gonna burn down. No, it's fine. But you know, launch games are kind of crappy. The thing that I have the biggest bitch with for the new gen is, like I said, like I said,
Yeah.
launch games, but also the UI for the dashboard is horrendous. Like it is ugly and clunky and terrible, and I am really not happy with that one. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't had a hands-on experience with it yet.
You should look it up. It's terrible. And are you familiar with Windows 8 and how it's all?
Um, yes, I am, but I'm more of a Mac person, so I kind of stay away from Windows.
Yeah, well, rightfully so. Windows 8 is a disaster, and that's kind of what they're doing with the Xbox One, and ugh. It's,
Windows is always a disaster from what I hear.
I like PCs. I'm a PC person. But I
Okay.
don't like Windows 8. I don't like the dashboard UI for the Xbox One. I'm really hoping they change that. And if you remember with the 360, they changed the UI quite frequently, so I feel like they're going to eventually, so it's not a huge deal. But for now, it's just like every time I see it, I'm like, oh, this is the best you could come up with. God damn it. It's so ugly. So bad. So I would say personally, from a person who owns an Xbox One, if you're impatient and the games that are out now you can deal with for a while, I would say yeah. I'd say it's worth it. There's really cool stuff they've added to it, like the Twitch app. Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
I'm always on the Twitch app. I'm always like watching streams on there, and I'm really excited for them to add the ability to stream directly from your Xbox. I thought it was gonna be with launch, but I guess it wasn't. So
Hmm.
now I'm just waiting on that one.
I always watch my friends play League of Legends on Twitch. It's
That's
fun.
that's the big one. Like
I suck at it, but I don't play it myself because I'm terrible at it. I just like watching my friends play it.
It's one of those games I think it's enjoyable to watch people play for sure, and I think that's why it's always like the top on Twitch, because a lot of people just like enjoying, watching other people play and kind of learning how to play themselves. But
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed a trend with people that, because I'm a League of Legends player, I've been for 3 years, and Season 4 is a piece of shit, let me just say, before I go into that. Season 4 just started, I went from Gold 3 to Silver 4 in Ranked, and I'm not happy about it, so I gotta elo climb again. But, basically, I think that League of Legends has such a high learning curve that throws people off, like, to the idea of playing it for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, I remember when I played, I wanted to quit. Like, after the first week, I was like, this isn't fun. I'm just getting destroyed, and everyone's getting mad at me, and it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Help. So
That's how I felt, just like playing the tutorial. That's all. That's how far as I got.
well, yeah, I think with the community being so negative, it's hard for you to get into that game because people just expect you, like, you got to be diamond level player. I don't care if you're just starting. You have to be amazing, and it's like it's unrealistic, and people are very angry very quickly. But
Yes.
the game's also like the highest learning curve of anything I've ever played in my life, and it takes a long time to learn things, like all the different characters with all the different kits, because there's so many characters, and then all the different like ways to build things, and you have a lot to learn. So
Yeah.
it honestly will take you a few months to fully grasp the game, I think. But once you do, it's like crack. You will play that game every single day, or you'll have withdrawals because it's crack.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would recommend you play it. I mean, even if you're bad, you gotta start somewhere, and once you get good, it's worth it.
I think that's the only part that got me is like there's too many things going on, and it's just like, forget it. Close the laptop. Done.
Well, they have things like co-op versus AI and stuff like that, where you can play with people against bots, so you can get familiar with things without getting trashed on. So, I mean, they've made it more user-friendly than when I started. There was none of that. It was like custom games or play people, and I was like, shit. But yeah, it takes a while, but worth it. Good game. Better than Dota. I know people are gonna get mad. Shh. I didn't say it. All right. Have you ever looked into Dota? Have you ever played Dota?
No.
Good. We're friends.
Awesome.
So the next thing I really want to talk about, I am not a Call of Duty person. I don't care for it. I don't care for Battlefield. I don't care for that kind of stuff. Not saying I don't like shooters. I just don't like, war shooters that are constantly remade over and over and over and over, like the Halo syndrome. But since there are so many people that do enjoy Call of Duty, I'm going to talk on the fact that Call of Duty is coming out with a brand new add-on where I believe the map's called Fog, and you get to play as Michael Myers.
Cue music.
I just don't understand why that's in there. Like, okay, you add Nazi zombies. Why? Now you add freaking Michael Myers as you can go. And I think there's like when you do that, I think you only are allowed to stab people. Is what I believe I read.
You only get an axe, I think.
Oh my word.
And that's like not his main weapon. It was a knife. So that kind of throws that off too. But still, Michael Myers.
There better be the music, but I feel like that's going to be copyrighted, so they're not going to be able to use it.
They'll probably like alternate it, like change keys or something.
I don't understand why they're doing that. I mean, I get that they want to try new things, but that's not really new. That's more so taking somebody else's idea and putting it into your game.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I like Call of Duty. I still play Black Ops 2. I wasn't really into the Modern Warfares, only because you can't dive as a character, and I like diving for capture the flag. But I was terrible. Me and my friends always got kicked out of lobbies because we were terrible, and we always accidentally team killed each other all the time, or camped.
I think the last Call of Duty that I really played was Black Ops. The first one was the one I really played. I think the last one I actually liked was Modern Warfare 2. I actually had a Modern Warfare 2 Xbox 360 when it came out with the 250 gigs. I got that, and that Xbox never broke. It stuck with me for years, and it was a good Xbox. It was like a heavy duty awesome one. But I mean, I don't know, it's got the Halo syndrome to me. It's like they see that it sells, so they're doing like a Madden thing with it where they make every year. It's like they're making a new edition. It's just like it's too much. I think it's like they're just trying to get money now, and they're not really trying to improve on it too much.
I think they also did like the new DLC with like releasing aliens or something instead of like zombie mode or whatever. I don't know. It's still the same concept, just I guess different enemies. I'm not into it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like for them to really win me over, they would have to do something completely different, not just like, hey, look. And then they showed the new, I believe it was Ghost they were showing a long time ago, back when like the Xbox One wasn't out. They're like, look at this comparison of this dog and this dog. Wow, graphics! And they're just like really pushing on the fact that this dog so realistic by Ghost, and I was just like, holy shit, this is the
But you only
best
see the
we
dog
got.
like running in the background for like a quick second.
It was ridiculous. It was, and then they showed like, I believe it was at like the E3 or something when they were doing this, and they were showing like a demonstration of the guy's pores and like how there's more pores now. You can see more pores. Oh my god, next gen. It's just like, oh, so bad. But I mean, just not my thing.
Pores are important. Well, I guess.
I mean, usually you want to not have your pores being really visible on your face. I mean, as a girl, that's not a good thing. I don't think guys would want that either. But, they're like really happy. Like, look at those pores. It's like, okay. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about was the fact that they actually announced that there's going to be a Tekken movie. Yeah, I feel like whenever they announce, because there's been so many times where they've announced video game movies that just don't happen, but this one I really think is going to happen because of the past Tekken movies. They've announced Halo movies, they've announced Gears of War movies, they've announced all sorts of freaking shit, but they've never delivered. But then they take these, like Tekken, which have bombed in the past, and they're like, let's make another one. Why? Why?
I don't know. I was never really into Tekken. I thought it was horrible when I saw just like a preview of like the first movie. I'm just like, what is this? Like, is this for real? Like, no.
I feel like what this is their way to try to have like a redemption to the failures of their past video game movies. So it's going to be a live action Tekken movie, and I believe they said that the director of Ong Bak, is that how you say it? He's actually going to be directing this one. And if you're familiar, I've actually seen that movie. I just don't know if I'm saying it right. But it's actually a pretty good movie. Not my favorite.
Is that the one with Jet Li, or am I thinking of something else?
I don't know. I know it's like a fighter movie. I don't know the name, but all I know is that guy's supposed to be directing it and might be their one. At least it's not like unknown director. I think that's where they go wrong a lot of times in video game movies. It's like these people that don't really know what they're doing. You're like, yeah, punch him in the face, boom, good shot.
And then add a big explosion or
Michael
combo
Bay.
hit on the side. Like 2-hit combo.
It's like always super cheesy and always not accurate. Like some of the video game movies I've seen is actually DOA is one of the ones that a lot of people hate, but I loved. I've seen that movie at least 7 times. I love it. But there's some like parts in it where I'm just like, okay, they could have casted someone better there. They could have done this better. It's very cheesy at parts, but since I'm such a fan of DOA, personally, I kind of just like make myself love it because it's a DOA movie. I mean, like the Christie battle when they're like fighting on the beach. It was Christie and what's her name? Oh, Helena, I believe. Yeah, where they're fighting on the beach. That's like such a guy scene, but for some reason I just felt that was such a cool scene because it's like pouring rain. They're on the beach. They're fighting. It's pretty fun. I liked it. So yeah, there's also like the Mortal Kombat, the Doom, stuff like that, the Prince of Persia. Mm-hmm. Some of them have done okay in the past, but it's just such a slim number that have done okay, and none that I think have done great.
Yeah, I feel like they always would like change like a character, make it look different. Like, have you seen the Super Mario Brothers movie? No. How they made Goombas look like lizards?
I didn't even know there was one.
Oh my god. How old are you?
Almost 24.
Oh my god. You're a baby compared to me. Okay, now I feel really old. So they made a Mario Brothers movie like back in the early 90s, and I guess I don't know, they just made like Goombas, like they didn't look like mushrooms, they look like giant lizards in trench coats. Like,
well, I kind of want to see this now. What year was it made? Do you know?
Early 90s, I think. Okay. But I know how you feel like you're a big fan of like some games, like, and they make a movie and it's terrible, but you still like it. Like, I don't think they made a game of it, but I know it was like a comic and a cartoon, but it was Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh my god, no.
They made a live movie about that. I thought it was really good, but everyone said it was terrible.
That is one of my favorite cartoons in the entire world. I adore that show. I cannot believe you just brought that up. What is his name? Night Shang something? I don't know.
M. Night Shyamalan or something like that.
Yes, that guy. Everyone, as soon as that movie was announced, they were like, "Uh-oh, the director is gonna ruin it. Uh-oh."
Yeah.
And they were just like predetermined that the director was gonna make this movie shit. And I was just already like just so thrilled like that they were making a movie. And it was like gonna be book 1. And I was so excited. And then they never made book 2 because it bombed.
It was that bad.
it bombed so bad. They just need to. What happens is they really need to invest in a director that I think knows a lot about these kind of things, like video games. Not just like, okay, he'll do it. He's cheap. Let's get him. They need to get somebody that's like passionate about it, like video games. Like, I don't know, there's got to be a director out there who gives a shit, who wants to make a video game movie that isn't shit.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping they would make a book too, like finish the whole series, but I guess it's for the best that they didn't.
I just wanted it anyway. I would have been fine. Like, even though he didn't do well, I was still happy to see it. It was really fun watching Aang like float around and kick people's asses. I loved it.
They changed up his name though to like, well,
Ong
or what? Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I guess because it's like a Japanese thing or whatever. Is that where it originated from or something? So they tried to make it more like official. So,
but it's more multicultural than Japanese. I almost said Japanese.
I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, I do remember the name thing. I don't know. I wanted more out of it too. I felt like some of the things they did was good. I really enjoyed some of the action-y stuff, but I don't know. I feel like they skipped a lot of important. And I know it's a movie and they can't include everything and blah 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 blah. But it's just like it felt like a lot of important stuff wasn't even touched. And they just kind of
they skipped already up to the North Pole, like once they found them, pretty much.
Yeah, it's like, hi, I'm Aang. I've been frozen for like 1 billion years. And they're like, hi, let's go to the North Pole. And it's just like,
okay.
It's like, okay, well, there's no build up there. It just, and then all of a sudden the Fire Nation attacked. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of video game movies I'd like to see, and there was a lot that have been promised and then fell through. So that's pretty depressing. But like I said, I'm a big fan of the DOA one. I'm gonna have to see the Mario one now because I'm curious how bad this really is. I want to see.
It has John Leguizamo. That's all you need to know.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to Google later. So yeah, if you could have any video game you've ever desired put into a live action movie, what would it be?
That's tough. But I'm gonna have to go with Zelda.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never played Zelda. Don't kill me. I've never played Zelda. I don't understand the fascination with it, but I know it's a beloved game.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I never played it too, but I always watched my brother play it.
And that's the one you'd want? You didn't even play it, and that's the game
I liked to watch it. I enjoyed watching my brother play it so much that I would want to see it made into a movie.
All right, fair enough. So who would you have casted as Link?
I don't know. I want this movie to like sell, so I'm gonna say Zac Efron, maybe. No, just kidding.
No, it would not. What about like Leonardo DiCaprio?
That's a blockbuster hit right there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Didn't he just finally win an Oscar or something? Like finally after his entire career? I think he just won one. So good job,
Leo
man.
D, #1.
The best. He should be Link. He's a little old, but whatever.
You can play old Link.
Next thing I want to talk about was the Steam Machine, which I thought was going to be called the Steam Box, but I guess now it's called the Steam Machine, the console that Valve is making. I've been looking up on it, and I'm curious how it's going to do in the world of console gaming, because, it's hard for a new system to come in and compete with the big ones and do well. So the new one, I've heard, actually can have 16 players on one console. What do you think of that?
That's a lot of people. I think that's a lot for it to handle. But I also think it might be a fail for a system. Only because people who play Steam religiously, they build computers just for it. And now that they're coming out with the systems, why did I waste my time doing this?
True. I I'm interested in seeing how it does, because there's a huge PC following, the PC Master Race, as they call themselves. I want to see how they're going to take to a PC type thing turning into a console, and how well that's going to do on the market. Because there is such a huge demand for PC stuff, and I like the ideas that they're coming out with. I don't, however, like the 16-player thing. I know that it's just the possible number of how many you can have. I think it's a little bit too much. I feel like it would have been fine with just like 8. But I guess they're really trying to push home that this console can go above and beyond anything they've ever seen. I just feel it's a little unnecessary. But whatever. Well, it's not really a huge negative. I just don't personally care for it. The controller. Have you seen it?
Actually, I've Googled it, and there's like 10 different, like, I guess, prototypes on how the system would look. But I haven't seen the controller yet.
I think they've released official current prototype of their own controller, but the thing is they've changed it. They've been changing it back and forth. It's just really awkward. I'm gonna have a picture below so people can see it, but they've changed it now to where, like, it doesn't have like analogs. It's just like these like inverted nipple things. It's really weird. It's weird. I don't know what else to call it. It's weird. I'm trying to
There's no buttons or anything?
Well,
just inverted.
There was like a touch screen originally, but now they're changing to real buttons because they've realized that's not a good idea. So yeah, they're going back to real buttons now, thank God. But the thing looked fucking weird.
I gotta look it up now.
Yeah, you should. So next thing I actually want to talk about was a lot of gamers like to complain about, oh, this game just came out, it's like $60. That's a lot of money for a video game, and they're like complaining that $60 is way too much to get a game. I used to feel that way too. I used to feel $60 was an enormous amount. And then I started reading some stuff on the internet, which gave me a good insight of why it's $60 these days, why it used to be less, and why it is more now. Because things cost more these days. As our prices rise, so does their cost for things. I was reading that, it's estimated that the price range for a game, usually for like the old gens, for like the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, was somewhere between 20 million and 50 million was like the average. And that is absurd. That is a lot of money. So you're $60, and they're almost, maybe even more than 50 million to make it. Do you really feel it's such like a unreasonable number now? Because I feel like you're paying for quite a bit. You're paying for the case, for the game itself, for everything that's in it. That's why Steam games are cheaper, because you're not actually paying for the hard copy of it, but you're still paying for all of the time, effort, money, licensing, everything they've put into it. So, I mean, do you feel $60 is an abnormally high number?
Well, now that you mentioned all that stuff, I think $60 is a reasonable price for a game.
Do you think that if they raise the price that it would be okay?
If they raise it, of course people are going to complain about it, but I don't think that's going to stop them from buying it.
How far do you think that they can go with console games price-wise before it's too much, too unreasonable?
75. I think once it reaches there and goes above, I think then people are going to throw a fit. Unless they start like including more stuff into the booklet. Like, how like for 360 games they'll include like a free 2-day Xbox Gold Live membership, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think if they put more like DLC content in there that you can download once you buy the game, I think it would make up for the price jump.
There's some, collector editions that go over $100 easily. They add like little figurines, little booklets, extra artwork, stuff like that. And people buy that all the time. And I've heard people's arguments that they feel that that's dumb for the consumer to say, okay, if you put a couple extra things in there, I'll pay tons more. I'll pay double if you put a couple extra collector things in there. And people, I've heard a few people tell me this in the past, that they feel that as consumers, we're dumb for showing them that's okay. But I mean, there's some people that really just like that makes them happy, and I can kind of I've only bought like one collector's edition. It was for a Gears of War game, because it was pretty cool, the stuff that came in it. But I'm not a collector edition type person. But I can see some people just really like the stuff in it. They're really hardcore fans, and they want that extra booklet that's in there or something. With the Halo, they had a little helmet thing. It's like, I believe like that big. It's like a little Spartan helmet. People were going apeshit over that. Have you ever bought a collector's?
Not for video games, mostly for movies. But I feel like you said, collector editions are more for like the hardcore fans instead of like the normal, regular person that comes walking in a GameStop.
Yeah.
I don't think they should be buying that, but I think they're just buying it just to have it and show off, not because they need it or like understand what's going on as a true fan would.
Yeah. I think it's okay. I mean, I don't think it's as huge of a deal as some people might think it is. I think the companies spend a lot of money, and if they get an extra, 40, $50 because somebody wanted the collectors, you know, they're helping out the company that's giving them the shit that they love. So it's like they're supporting them. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that. But there's certain games I've looked into, like the stats of how much shit costs. And I don't know if you guys remember, there was an ET game made in, I believe it was 1982, a very old game. And I was looking at that one because it interests me how much that game costs. Now I'm just talking about licensing, the license to get the okay that you're allowed to make this game. For E.T. in 1982 cost $23 million just for licensing.
Wow.
That's not including anything else. Stuff. It's insane how much these video games cost. I never really took into account. Like, I thought, it was maybe $1 million or $2 million, but most games are way over that. Like, it's crazy. I don't understand how they get the funding for this when you're just starting. I guess it's publishers and stuff like that that kind of invest in you, but it's just, there is so much money in gaming right now. It is unbelievable.
I wonder how much ET cost like when they released it.
I don't even know. I guess I'd have
Because
to...
like if you go on eBay now, it's gonna be like $1, maybe less, just to pick up that copy. But
It
like,
might not, though, because some retro games are pretty expensive.
that's true too.
Because they're no longer, being made. So some of those games are really hard to find. It depends. Some of the older ones aren't. But I don't know. If E.T. is one of those games that's just really hard to find, it'll be very pricey. And before I forget, I just looked at this and remembered. Look what I got.
Just remember, I didn't make you buy that.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
It makes
Kind of like
noises.
a portal. I
Oh
could
my
like
God.
reach into your room or something.
Oh my God. I saw you posted this on Twitter that you got it, I believe, for your brother. And
Yep.
I've been wanting, I want the real, this is the mini. I wanted the big one, but I couldn't justify. It was like 140, I think.
Yeah, it's up there. But I also heard like it breaks apart easily than the mini one does.
Yeah, this thing is beautiful. I'm just gonna pet it over here for a minute. My dad saw me bring this and he's like, why? And I'm like, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
It makes noises and it lights up. It's awesome. And you can turn it to the orange and the blue.
It makes portals, not noises.
True. I forgot. Sorry.
Actually, I want to see a Portal movie.
Oh my God. But that would be a weird movie though, because Shell's a mute.
Oh.
That'd be weird. I would like to see one where Shell speaks a little bit, and I would like to see one where they involve Atlas and Peabody in it with her. Like they're a trio trying to defeat, maybe like Gladys and Wheatley or something, and it's just like it's like this team against team thing, and that would be cool.
I mean, they can get away with the artsy like silent film, but I think it'd still be awesome.
Yeah, I don't know.
Portal.
I don't know. I feel like Shell would be a little hard to, because a lot of movies you get, in the personality of the characters, and she's the main character. So having a mute main character is kind of weird. I don't know. I feel like she would need to talk a little. Maybe she wouldn't, and that's why Peabody and Atlas are there, because they'll talk.
Yeah.
And they'll just be like, the little annoying sidekicks, and she'll just be like, what the fuck?
Pretty much like they interrupt her when she's about to talk and you never hear her voice.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing. She'd be like, so...
It'll be like the Maggie Simpson of Portal, or something like that.
I think that would be actually pretty cool. I think Alice and Peabody would make it, so that's okay. Yeah, so Valve, if you want to go ahead and make that movie, I'm completely fine with that.
Do it.
And I just dropped something, but no problem. So I feel like that'd be pretty cool. That's probably the movie that I would want to see, is either that or maybe like a Skyrim. I think that would be pretty incredible. Fighting fucking dragons. Awesome. Fusra dying in real time, and I would like
see some dragon shouts.
Oh my god, that'd be so much fun. Make that movie, please. So yeah, the next thing that I really wanted to talk about, I believe this is our final topic. We've been going for quite a while, so thank you for joining me. But the last topic that I read actually today, which was kind of interesting, was they were creating a headset that can cure gamer rage, as they say. This is a design that I think Nintendo tried to do before. Something similar. I read that this was like a failed design from before, but now they're redesigning it and really going through with it. They tested it with the Xbox 360. It's just this little thing you like wear on your ear, and it's meant to adjust your game as you're playing. I think it can actually tell your heart rate and if you're getting upset, and it'll adjust the difficulty and the things going on in your settings to really, try to calm you down. So basically, if you have an anger issue and video games make you break things, might help, I guess.
I mean, at that point, like, you might as well just put the game settings to easy. I mean, if someone has like a short fuse.
Not a fan of the idea, honestly.
I mean, like, and usually when you like set game settings, doesn't that like usually affect like the ending of the game? Like, if you beat on normal, you get the full ending, but if you beat it on easy, because of your frustration, you don't get the full ending.
I don't think the difficulty really changed the endings for most games. Maybe it does for some, but I don't think it does. I think what it changes is the achievements. If you're playing on the 360 a lot of time, you get different achievements.
Oh yeah, the game achievements.
Yeah, so that if you change it mid through, you don't get the achievement for whatever harder difficulty you're trying to get usually. So I think that changes it, but I don't think a lot of people care that much about that kind of thing, so it's not a huge deal. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of weird. That's going to be monitoring your body and how it's reacting and change the game accordingly. I feel like a lot of the times games are supposed to make you feel things. Like, you're supposed to feel excited, pumped up, kind of angry sometimes. Like, what if a scene happens where a character that you love gets killed, like, viciously, and you're just angry? It's going to turn the difficulty down and be like, oh no, she's upset. Not because of anything other than what just happened in the game. Like, it's a normal thing to have feelings when playing games. I don't think that tempering, the game depending on your emotions is necessarily needed. It's gonna be single player heavy. Like, I don't know how they're gonna adapt that into a multiplayer setting. Like, somebody's gonna call your mom fat and it's gonna
too many emotions. Too many emotions go on and it explodes.
Just the whole headset self-destructs.
Yeah.
It just I feel like, it's a interesting idea, but I think the execution of actually creating something like this isn't gonna really work out too well for them.
I don't know, the headset also looks kind of uncomfortable because even though it does like wrap around your head, it has like this thing that clips like to your ear, and it doesn't look adjustable.
I think it's that thing that clips to your ear is to monitor your heart rate. So that's how it does it. So it needs to be really snug, I think, to really get an accurate reading. So yeah, it's probably not going to be very comfortable. That's
going to bring up the rage more.
Like, God damn it, this headset!
It's like, ah!
I feel like it's more so a cool idea than a cool thing that could actually become a reality. So I'm not feeling it. I don't know. I feel like they could put their use to better things than shit that can read your heart rate and change the difficulty. I don't know what else it's going to do. It said it would change, like, the stuff going on in the game, but I don't see how it would do that. Like, how it would adapt the things going on other than the difficulty. It's the only thing I could see it doing. But they said that there's more it can do. So I guess I'm interested in seeing the other stuff that it's capable of if this ever does come, out on shelves or whatever. But yeah, I'm not going to be buying that one. Nope.
Yeah. I mean, like, especially if you're like playing games where you need a headset, like, do you have to put on top of that? Because that thing's only going to measure heart rate, not like give you like any audio.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work. All I know right now is that they tested it on the 360 and that it's a single player thing. So I don't think it's meant for having another headset on top of it. But then again, with the Xbox One, you don't even need to wear a headset to talk to people. You can just use the Kinect alone. So there's that.
I feel like the Xbox One Kinect is kind of creepy because it seems to like watch your every single move and like, oh my, I'm out of here.
I see you. It's watching you. I can talk to it. It'll turn on. Don't hit it.
Wait, can I try Xbox on?
Oh, I can't hear you. Hang on. Go ahead.
Xbox on. Now.
Oh my god, it turned on. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. I will prove it. Hang on. Let me get my... Oh. Oh. You see that light? That's my Xbox. That little light right here. Oh, hang on. Right here. That is my Xbox. Here, I will turn on my TV to prove this. I am not even kidding. You just turned it on. Hang on. Ah.
Well, I guess for those of you who are watching, I'm from New Jersey. Sarah's from Michigan. I just turned on an Xbox from like how many, maybe 900 miles away.
I have to do the math on that one. You turned on my Xbox, so thank you for wasting energy. Yes. Good job. I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna turn that off now. Yeah, it's cool though. I didn't know it was gonna work through my headset because the volume isn't even that loud in my headset. But yeah.
I thought that thing had voice recognition. Unless I sound like a girl, I don't know.
Well, they say that it recognizes you. They say that the Xbox One can also, when it I have it turned towards the TV at all times because I'm creeped out that it can constantly like see wherever I am. So I have it turned towards the TV. But the thing is, it says it can actually recognize you physically too, like your bone structure or whatever. Like it can tell who you are. But I ain't fucking with that shit, you know? I'm gonna have that looking at the TV at all times because it is always on. But the thing is, a lot of people don't understand. The Xbox One, you can actually play without the Kinect. So you don't have to have it plugged in. It's an added thing that you can have for voice commands with games and with, you know, going around the menus and stuff. But you do not have to have it on, so it's not gonna always watch you if you don't want to. I leave it plugged in, but I turn it towards the TV because I don't want it to look at me when I'm sleeping.
Yeah, that's weird. Too bad it doesn't give you the option to like buy the console with or without the Kinect then, for those who are not going to use it.
I feel like it's something you should have because it is very Kinect heavy. Because they're going to be adding it in. Like, I have played Rise and I scream like attack or whatever or catapults and it does it. And like in Dead Rising, you can scream like, hey, over here, and then it'll alert the zombies in the area to come at you if you want to attract them. Stuff like that. I think it's really cool to add in. Like, they're doing that with all the games now where they have added options like that. And so having Kinect, I think, is important. So I see why it's kind of like you have to. Plus, I mean, with the price it would be, you know, I don't know. What would they take? Like $50, $100 off? It still would be high. So I don't know. I feel like adding the Kinect, you just get more for your money anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still going to get the Xbox One. I just don't know when.
Good boy.
I know.
You like the Xbox and you like League more than Dota. So by those alone, you are now my friend.
Awesome.
And Portal.
Yeah, should I add you on MySpace then?
Oh my god. No. I think I still have mine. It's just no bad memories.
Mine had a bad MySpace name, so I don't want to go back to that.
Oh god, did you have like X's and stuff and like hard X core and all that?
Not outside the letters, but it went with like the name. Oh wait, don't judge me.
I got it right. How did I know? Oh my god.
I quit.
You should have just denied it. It's one of those moments where, you know, it's good to tell the truth, but you should have been like, no, what are you talking about? I didn't do that. No, this is normal.
It'd be easier to deny it if I was like on the phone with you, but now that you can like see my face, you can see me like,
She got it.
Yeah.
Mine was actually just a normal name because, you know, I guess I'm unoriginal. For a while there, I was a scene kid. One of those little sceners back in the day.
Me too.
So
Me too.
I did have a weird name for a while, but towards the end of my MySpace career, I stopped that shit. I put my foot down and said, no, this is dumb. Stop doing that. I had like weird names all the time, like something that like went along with my name Sarah.
So do you see that Mega Crate as a blessing or a nightmare?
It's my biggest video on my channel right now. I believe got 51,000 right now views and stuff, and it's done really well. I'm very happy with it. I put a lot of effort into that one. It took all day. I was stressing. I was like, I gotta make this amazing. I want to make everyone happy. I want to make this the best I can. So I did what I could. I feel like it was a huge blessing and honor, but a lot of people think that it was rigged. Like, really honestly, a lot of people think it was rigged, and that is amazing to me. Like, if Loot Crate was gonna rig that to give it to a YouTuber to get promotion on their stuff, why would they give it to me? I had 1,000 subs at that point. Like, why wouldn't they give it to like Toby Turner or like iJustine or people who have huge followings? That would make more sense than giving it to a little YouTube fish like me. I just got really lucky, and I thought it was fake at first. I was like, no.
Spam, like typing it.
Like, oh, all I gotta do is give you my credit card info and I win, right? And it's like, no, it turned out to be real, and people also were like, oh, she doesn't even seem that excited. What they gotta realize is I knew weeks in advance. I was freaking out for weeks in advance. Like, it didn't get here right away. I had to wait, like, I believe, like, I think a month or something like that for it to get here. And, by the time it was here, I settled down, but it's like, you know, I knew what was coming. They were like, well, she didn't even care about this and that. And it just, oh, it amazed me. Some people were like, she cares more about the boxes than the actual stuff. It's... I just could not believe the people are that stupid. Like, that they really think that I care more about stuff like a box than actual stuff. And I know what you're going to say. Why aren't you wearing your Astros? Because I have to plug them into the back with the mix amp, and this was a lot faster. I love my Astros. Don't get me wrong. Hang on, I got them right here. I just want to prove it before I get like 30 comments. So they're like, "Where's your Astros?" My Astros are right here.
Where are they?
They're beautiful.
You don't even use them.
I love them. And there's no box. I threw away the box. So I don't like the box that much. I like the headset more. I kept it. Jerks.
See, you do Loot Crate, I do Nerd Block. But the thing is, like, boxes are pretty cool. Like, I have like 10 of these boxes. They're empty. They're just stacking up here. They're pretty awesome.
I had to start throwing mine away. I kept them for a while, but now I have that tub you see in the background filled with Loot Crate stuff. It's literally like Loot Crate exclusive in there because I was running out of room to put it, so I just started putting it all in a tub because I get rid of it. Some of the stuff's on my shelf and stuff, but some of it isn't there. I can't put everything on my shelf. There's just too much.
Yeah, most of the stuff I get, I just give it away now because, like, I don't have room for it or already have it or I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it seems to be a reoccurring thing with me. A lot of stuff I don't know what it is, and people tear me apart for that in the comments.
That's why I always give a warning, like, yeah, I don't know what this is. Do you?
I had a Pez dispenser, and it looked like Thor, but I did not want to say Thor and upset every nerd in the entire world. So I was like, what is this? Tell me. And I was right, it was Thor, but I wasn't sure because it was a little Pez head. Like, I can get it wrong.
You're not a real nerd. You can't have Loot Crate anymore.
No. I'm just not really a superhero person. Like, you know, they're alright, but it's just not something that I have been ever a huge follower of. But if they start putting like Pokemon in my shit, I'm gonna freak out. They did have that like Pikachu look-alike sticker once, but it was an actual Pikachu.
It wasn't like the original 150.
It was like a web thing, I think, like a web series type shit. I don't know, but I want Loot Crate. I know that you've watched my videos in the past. Can you put Pikachu and Pokemon related stuff in there? I'd love it forever. Thanks.
If you do, I might sign up.
I haven't convinced you yet, but one day. The only time I've ever heard of the Nerd Block was from you.
Yeah. Well, Nerd Block is cool. It's a little bit more expensive because it's coming out of Canada. But I don't know. Once I signed up for one, I always tell myself I'm going to sign up for both. Never did. I have to keep buying stuff, and I'm running out of money.
It's actually really cool. I don't know if Nerd Block does this, but Loot Crate, they have a refer a friend. So for every 4 people you refer with your link, you get a free one. So I haven't paid for a Loot Crate since October.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I get them free because you guys are the freaking best. I love you. Thank you. And yeah, I haven't said thank you for that yet because I have a refer link in every video and people actually do use it. I'm surprised. Thank you. And for every 4 commissions, I get a free one, which makes me super happy.
That's great. So you don't have to pay like how much? Like 20, 15 a month?
It's like 20 with shipping.
Wow.
So it's
amazing.
So I say you sign up for Loot Crate and do a video, put your referral link in there, and get free ones. Or
you could just give me the free ones that you get.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
You know, if we're gonna be friends, we gotta work things out a little bit.
Hey, I'm doing my part by telling you about this wonderful program, the Refer a Friend, because it is amazing. And there you go.
You know what? I'm gonna email Nerdblock and I'm gonna tell him this idea. and that I came up with it first.
Oh my god, they don't have that, do they?
No.
There you go, Loot Crate wins.
All right, the only thing that's not great about Nerdblock, it's not themed, and we don't have refer a friend. Still a great site, so if you guys are watching,
Loot Crate all the way! Loot Crate!
We're still friends.
I love Loot Crate. I love the Mega Crate. They have won me over for the rest of time. I will never stop getting Loot Crate. And as much as I'm curious about Nerdblock, I feel like I would be a traitor to Loot Crate if I started getting both. So I'm not doing that. No, Loot Crate, I love you. And I will always be, even if I have to start paying for Loot Crates again, I'll do it. It's been nice, though. I really like the Refer a Friend.
Maybe I'll check it out. Maybe.
We'll
see how I do on my next paycheck.
I'm gonna convince you one day. And I'm taking all the credit. Every time you have a Loot Crate video up, I'm gonna go, the reason he's doing this is because of me, because I made him get it, so. I'm
gonna have, your whole, AviGaming brand posted all over the walls. It's like sponsorship.
Wear an AviGaming shirt and everything. Be like, hi, guys!
I'm AviGame. Well, it's a Goonies shirt, but imagine it says AviGaming.
That would be cool. I do have shirts, by the way, if you guys want to go to my shirt store.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I made a shirt design when I hit 1,000 subs because I wanted to do something special. I couldn't think of what, so I made a shirt design. It's pretty plain, just says AviGaming on it, but, I tried to make it boy-friendly because I didn't want to make it too girly, and then guys be like, oh, I'm not wearing that.
Okay, so anyone that's watching, sorry about that, my connection just cut off, and I am on Skype on my phone right now, so thank you, Apple. If you want to give me a sponsorship, this is it.
Alright, guys, that's going to be it for today, because his stuff is messing up, and we've gone a lot longer than I thought we were. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the first ever podcast for The Grind, and I hope to have many more guests in the future, and if you ever want to come back, Johnny, you are more than welcome.
I'm down.
So, yeah.
This was actually a lot of fun, so...
It was. I was a little nervous when we started because I've never done this. I wanted it to go well, but as we started talking, it definitely became a lot easier, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to be doing more of these in the future. I'll be doing about one a month, hopefully. That might change as time goes on. I don't know. Right now, I'm aiming for once a month. New YouTuber or person in the gaming industry. Doesn't really matter. Just somebody who knows about games would be good. And, yeah, so I will see you guys next time. So thank you, Johnny, and bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. We did it!
High five.